Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So as you can see, the price of Bitcoin right now is flashing a very interesting scenario, and if you want to find out what that could be, then do watch this video till the end. And also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So now first thing first, in a weekly, as we are aware, the price of Bitcoin is still showing this sign of weakness because we have seen each and every time the price of Bitcoin has lost the support from this 50 weekly moving average. After that, we have been getting gravitated towards this 200 weekly moving average. Same thing has unfolded again and again, and since the price of Bitcoin in our case has also lost the support from this 50 weekly moving average, our attention is going to be around this 200 weekly moving average, which could be also acting as our potential downward price target and also the target. After that, we are going to see a very nice impulsive movement, just like here from the past price action. So that's why, guys, that's why if the price of Bitcoin is going to show this further retracement here in a bigger time frame, then you can see this 200 weekly moving average, which right now is sitting around 21,800 to 22,000. Until then, maybe it could be somewhere around this price range of 25,000 range. So we have to be extremely careful because this line is where we could be getting gravitated here now weekly time frame. But in a daily time frame, yesterday I showed you that maybe the price of Bitcoin, after dipping around this 29,000, might have bottom here for the immediate short term, right? Please listen carefully, for the immediate short term. And we are also expecting some sort of a range bound and also a relief rally type of scenario. But before I show you that, first let's have a quick look at this one more time, this weekly scenario, which we have also talked in my video, because we know right now, according to this falling wedge in a weekly time frame, the price of Bitcoin, after failing to hold the line here, this rising trend line, we saw this price retracement failed to hold this rising trend line, another movement here towards the lower line area of this falling wedge. So now this falling wedge lower line also acted as a support around this 29,000 price range when the price of Bitcoin was around that area, and now we are of this 30,000 and also holding our ground around this 31,000 range, because I showed you guys, if this is going to be any sort of a movement, then we are actually expecting a price scenario here in this manner. I mean, a consolidation, right? A consolidation and price again showing this retracement towards this lower line area where we get approached towards this 200 weekly moving average, right? And then actually start this new impulsive movement from here on. So that's why this here in a weekly time frame must be taken into consideration. But what I also want to show you today, why the price of Bitcoin, after reaching support around this lower line area from this falling wedge, which was around 29,000, might have bottom here in the medium short term. Because if you look at this price action of Bitcoin again here in a weekly time frame, guys, what I want to do is I want to switch this into invert scale, because in an invert scale you can see the price of Bitcoin, whenever we have approached around this trend line, right, around this horizontal trend line, we have got a resistance. This is invert scale. So this invert scale horizontal line actually acted as a strong line of resistance. Each and every time you can see we got a resistance, what happened? A pullback, right? A pullback. So now here, since we are again approaching the same horizontal line, if we are going to see any sort of a pullback, will that make sense? Because we know if you take this Fibonacci extension from this swing low till this swing high, because we want to see the potential upcoming price target area. So right now, exactly where this horizontal line is lying around, we also have a resistance from this 0.5 Fibonacci line, right? You can see, which is around 30,000 area. So along with this horizontal trend line, which actually acted as a resistance, since this is an inverse scale. But if you look at this in a normal scale, you will see, guys, that this horizontal line was actually a line of support, and this is exactly where we came and also holding the price along with this 0.5 Fibonacci line. So now, along with this horizontal line and the 0.5 Fibonacci line, is definitely going to be one strong line of support for Bitcoin, what we have in a weekly time frame. Now you can see, guys, this falling wedge, the lower line area, And also this horizontal line along with this 0.5 Fibonacci line is a very strong line of support what we have for Bitcoin here in a weekly time frame. So that's why we are actually expecting some sort of a really rally type of movement to play out here in price action before again choosing an actual trend direction, because we know in a weekly, right, this is not looking good for Bitcoin because we have clearly seen the price of Bitcoin showing weakness. So that's why even if this is going to be a relief rally, it is just going to be a temporary relief rally. Please keep this in mind, because you know in a daily this is still playing out. I mean, this bearish scenario, and since our support from this bear flag lower line area has already been broken, we have to be extremely careful, because you can see this line, right, the lower line area which previously acted as a strong line of support actually rejected the price here, and after that we saw this price retracement. So that's why guys, here in the medium short term, even if we are going to see some more range bound and also relief rally, it might not last longer. It could be just temporary, and then finally price dipping towards this 200 weekly moving average, and only after that we might have bottom and we could be slowly starting this new impulsive movement. And beside this guys, what I also want to include here in the medium short term is this one scenario playing out in a 4-hour time frame, because if you look at this price movement and simply at this descending channel scenario, you can see here in a 4-hour time frame this descending channel is playing out very well, because each and every time the price of Bitcoin has tried to break out of this line, the upper line area, what has happened? We got rejection, right? You can see once, twice, and now this could be the third time. So if the price of Bitcoin is going to fail to break out of this upper line area from this descending channel, where this upper line is a strong line of resistance, lower line strong line of support, so if we are going to fail, then we have to be extremely careful guys, because in that case this lower line support again between this 29,000-30,000 could be retested. And if we are also going to break this support what we have in a bigger time frame around this range of 30,000 and 29,000, right, then you can see we could be seeing another bigger price retracement, because in that case we will be making this lower highs lower lows continuation pattern type of scenario for Bitcoin. So that's why guys, to avoid this here in the medium short term, we have to overcome this obstacle, which is the upper line area from this descending channel. Because if you look at this price movement around this area in a smaller time frame, let's look at this in an hourly time frame guys. So if you look at this price movement here in an hourly time frame, we could see the price of Bitcoin trying to show some sort of a consolidation, right? You can see price trying to consolidate around this area. But if you simply take this parallel channel, the price of Bitcoin might be following this ascending channel here in an hourly time frame. So if we are going to break out of this resistance here in a 4-hour time frame, right, then you can see guys, we are also going to break out of this central line, which is also playing a very important role, because this central line has actually acted as a strong line of resistance and also as a line of support, right? So now if this is going to be a movement here in this manner, price going to break out of this upper line area from this descending channel, then we could be, right, also re-entering above it, and price slowly continue towards this 32,300 32,400 range here in the medium short term. Otherwise we could be seeing another movement here in this manner, and price retesting this 30,000 support one more time, and also testing the support or this horizontal trend line along with the 0.5 Fibonacci line and also the lower line area from this falling wedge. So that's why guys, right now please do not over leverage yourself and use proper risk management. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then do hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.